Hello, it's Property Bants and Rants. We're here to speak about property and all things in property people as well. So please, if you like it, please subscribe, like it, share it. We want to help as many people as possible, so please do that, and we can keep coming back and give you good information. It's Tony Piccirillo from E04, and I've got my good friend David Votta, the one and only president of ALA. David, how are you? How you been this
I'm
week?
really good, Tony. Really good. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good this week. It's a very exciting week. We've got a great topic, haven't we, David, today?
We have. We certainly
Yeah.
have.
We're here today to speak to you about speed. We're here to talk to you about the need for speed, as Tom Cruise said. So the reason I'm saying that is because a friend of mine was buying a property, David, and he said to me he was looking to put offers in. He said to me, I said, don't worry, I'll look after it because he was going to put offers in. I said, look after it. I'll contact the agents. I contacted 10 agents on a Monday morning and said to them, please contact me. I want to make an offer on this property. So, David, if I got an offer as an agent, I'd be on that phone straight away.
You'd be all over it. Absolutely.
10, 10 I contacted. One contacted me within 2 days. That was the fastest.
Yeah.
But now the end of the week, another 7 have contacted me. One has not contacted me at all over the course of a week. And it was talking about real offers. That's what I say. Speed is the most important thing, don't you think, Dave? Speed and quality, obviously. You're
Yeah,
going to
it
get
is.
quality as well. What do you reckon? Think about that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and it's the case when there is business at hand, Tony. You've got to be quick. You've got to be more reactive than oh, I've got this to do, I've got that to do. If you're not tying up deals and reacting to the business that's coming in, then you're going to miss it altogether, aren't you?
This is my rant for the week, David, because I can't believe it. Because people are talking about it's a bad market, people talk about it's no business,
No.
but they're just giving up business.
Yeah.
This is it can't happen. You've got to get on those deals really quickly.
Yeah, well, if you imagine, you look at these organisations that do stuff really fast but good quality, there's that expectation there as well. Because we're in an age where people are a bit more impatient, I think, we'd agree, where they want it now, don't they? You look at, I
Do
mean,
want it
you,
now.
you used, what was that example you used with Formula One? That was exceptional, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, this is it, David. What we're talking about is we've got to change our perceptions because the whole property market is just too slow.
Yeah.
This proves to you this what I've just done proves to you that people are not reacting in time. And my other rant is about solicitors. Why are they so slow? Why does the conveyancing take so
What is wrong
long?
with them? Why are they so
What,
slow?
what is wrong with them?
Can they
What
just
is
put
wrong
their
with them?
feet up and say, right, let's have some more coffee? Why are they so
David,
slow?
David, obviously we're generalising, but for
We are
agents and,
generalising.
and for solicitors, you've got some amazing people out there.
course
But
you
I'm just
have.
saying, it just seems to take so long. Why don't people pick up the phone? Especially, I know that's the common criticism with lawyers. Why don't just people pick up the phone? But it's the same with agents. I've done both. I'm a conveyancer now, but I was an estate agent, and I've seen that all the time. And David was saying is about let's all have a shift
Yeah.
change, right? And think, what can we do to get the speed there, but still maintain the quality? Now, the example you're talking about, David, is that look, you go to take your car to Quick Fit. Okay, it takes an average 15 minutes to change one tire. Okay, so 4 tires is an hour. Okay, now you compare that to Formula One, right? Formula One. 2.5 seconds. So you got an hour as
Yeah.
opposed to 2.5 seconds. Now, what do they do differently? Well, David, they work as a team,
Yeah.
right? They all know what they're going to do. They all get on. They know. They know what they're going to do. As soon as that comes in, as soon as that call comes in, you've got to know what to do. You've got to get the right information for your clients. You've got to make sure you give them benefits, take the right information, make sure you know what they're looking for in your business. I know you do that, David. You're always really hot on that sort of thing, aren't
Yeah,
you?
and you've got to systemize a lot of stuff. So obviously, you never ever take away the customer service element. You always want to talk to people on the phone. You always want to build rapport. You always want to build trust. You always want to show that you're the expert. But the thing is, you've got to get that systemization in place. Whether it's a registration system. And I was talking to one of our guys that we talk to across the country who's an agent, and he's a letting agent. He said, I am overwhelmed with the amount of tenants that I have to deal with, or my team have to deal with on a daily basis. We've built a systemized processing. So as soon as that inquiry comes in, we've got information going out, registration going out, they're GDPR compliant, and all it takes is a very quick call. Hi Tony, I noticed you registered on this property. Unfortunately, that one is full up, it's completely booked. However, you register, get on our system, and the next time you stand to get a a chance. And then that way you're getting the clients in, you're getting them on your database, and you're servicing them without having to worry, oh, I missed off Tony Piccirillo last time, he's going to be angry.
Yeah.
No, let technology work for you, prompts you
Yeah.
to prompt them to call you as well. And it's systemizing it, isn't it?
David, what you're saying is absolutely magic,
Of course
because
it is.
this is absolutely right. Because look at the best businesses in the world. Netflix. What have they done?
Oh, I
They've
thought you were saying mine
systemized
then.
something.
Yeah.
No. Well, apart from ours, not
from ours.
to represent talk about ours. But look at Netflix. What they've done. You used to have to go to Blockbusters, go and get your video,
Yeah.
bring it home, get a late phone. Look at
Or
Netflix. They systemized it all. They're
Yeah.
using technology to improve the service. You know, look at Amazon. You know, you used to have to go to the shop. Go to the shop. No, you can just get it in, and it's there the same day or the next day. It's all about having great systems in place, and that's that. When I'm talking about speed, I'm not talking about you do the really crucial things fast. I'm not talking about that.
No.
What I'm talking about is what you can, like you said, David, what you can put down to systems, what you can put down to IT. You have to do it. And David, were you at the EA Masters last year?
Oh, I think I was.
Okay,
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was Peter Knight gave a great talk there, and he said, you know, it's all about getting as much as possible down to automation, getting down to IT. And we've invested a fortune in our IT. It's made a massive difference to our business.
It does.
So IT, then the next thing is delegate if you can. And you do that, David. You outsource your referencing and things like that. Has that helped you?
Oh, yeah. The thing is, it's third party, so you don't want to assume that responsibility, because what you end up with a business full of administrators. And that's nice to a certain degree in some businesses, but when you're trying to generate new business, you need people that are going out there, finding new business, getting on the phone, you know, networking, all that kind of stuff. And you need people to generate the business. Otherwise, you end up with a team of administrators. And I use an example from a company that I know in my county, where they've got a portfolio of about 400 odd properties they look after, which is a decent amount. But they haven't grown that in the last 2 years. They're just kind of stagnating around that. You need to keep growing. And in order to do that, you need people at the front end, but they've got loads of people looking after the back end, which is good. But if they use a systemization that works, that saves them time, and the thing is, it does cost money, Tony. And this is what a lot of customers and clients don't get. They say, well, why am I paying that? And it's, what's the phrase? You're not paying me for the hours, you're paying me for the years. So it takes years to develop these processes, payments and skills to get in place. And you can knock things out in a smaller amount of time, but with the quality, but it still comes at that cost.
Well, David, you're absolutely right. Because I'm a great believer, people will pay for a good service.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to be known as just the cheapest.
There's always someone
around. You don't want to get business for that, right?
No, absolutely.
So I agree 100%, because what it does, if you can get it out to IT, the not important stuff, if you can delegate some of the stuff, it allows you to do the high value stuff, the stuff that really clients are paying you for.
Yeah.
So very interesting, David. In emergency situations, in medical situations, in wars, they look at ABCs, right? They look at airways, breathing and circulation.
Yeah,
That's what they look at. So can he breathe? Is there something, is someone stopping him breathing, his airways, and is there blood coming out from it? But so even those people in medicine, people saving people's lives, they've got an hour to basically save a person's life. And sometimes people die because they get what's called distracting injuries. And that might be, the guy's leg is in a really unusual position. So they end up focusing on that rather than looking at the ABCs. And that's the same for our businesses, Dave. We can easily get distracted on doing stuff which actually is not really
detrimental,
driving a solution. So do you do that? I mean, do you take the time? What's the most important thing in your business, Dave? Why do people pay you for David? What do when they come to your letting?
I think it's expertise, because it's not every day you have a letting agent that can quote legislation that dates back to the 1700s and has seen a lot of these situations. And I pride myself on that. I know a client can ring me up and ask me anything. I mean, I don't profess to be a legal expert. I don't have the qualification as a lawyer, but I know a hell of a lot, and I feel that I can advise clients better than many. I've been to properties where agents have been in before, done evaluation, and I've spotted X, Y, and Z, and they said, well, the other agent didn't tell me about that. I said, okay, well, what's the other agent's fee? Yeah, okay, well, that's why you're paying cheap, and they're putting the lives of your tenant, and your livelihood at risk by not giving you that essential bit of advice. It could be something as silly as, no grab handle at the back of the door, or no platform to step off of when you're going off the decked area, no balustrades. And there's so many things, putting the smoke detector in the wrong position, sideways instead of ceiling mounted. So there's all of these things that as you grow with your experience, you spot these things and other people don't. And then like I say, they're paying you for the years. They're paying you for the years of experience, the knowledge, the expertise. Plus, we have fun, and I try and take the draconian side out of it and try and make it a bit more fun. Like, Tony, you're going to come with me. We'll do some serious business. I'm going to look after your property. I'm going to keep you out present. I'm going to keep the rent. And, we're sitting at a 0.84% arrears on our portfolio of we only got 160, but those tenants aren't in arrears. There's a couple of bits that are a bit late that hang over, and that's testament to the work we do.
So you've worked out your ABC. Everything else, you're getting systems in place. You're delegating, and that's the right way. So in sales, I think your ABCs are, making sure. Always say, Dave, get the right stock on. Value it right. Always be doing. I keep on saying outbound calls, everything. Outbound calls is how you mine your databases. That's really what you should be doing. That's your high quality jobs. I think is to be, getting the prices on. Getting the property on, getting the price on right, always looking for new business. And that's what we do. And so with that, because this is also for lawyers as well, for people in property law, for lawyers, your only real crucial task is getting it to exchange. All your time should be focused on how am I going to get this exchange faster?
That's the goal,
how am I going to, where am I going to find solutions? And one of the things we use, David, is to try to dynamically change your day to give you loads of time and still be able to have a work-life blend. We use something called, David, let me ask you a question. Now, you're busy, aren't you? You're a busy man.
Yeah.
Okay, right. If I was to say to you, David, I know you're busy, but in 2 hours, I'm going to get you on a flight with me to New York, all expenses paid. You do whatever you want, 5-star, 6-star, 8-star hotel, right, to New York, but you've got to be ready in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And in your head, you think, I've got loads to do.
Yeah.
Would you work differently? Would you want to come, right?
Yeah.
And would you get there? Would you all of a sudden
I'd find a way.
Be thinking, exactly. So you'd have a different mindset, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it is. It's prioritising it. It's like when you say to someone in a room, right, okay, everybody put your hand up as high as you can go. The highest you can go, and they go like that. You go, right, now go that little bit higher, and they still can. And you think, right, when you think you've gone to that point, you can still go a bit further, and that's the way it works.
I think that airport thing is something we use at work as well. We call it flight times. Yeah. So what we say to people is, look, what do you want? You got an exchange to do. You got this to do. How long do you think it would take you? If you really push yourself, you get a flight. How would you resolve that? And what happens is traditionally lawyers will email people. And when you've got flight time to catch, is the way we work. They pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And it's just different.
Don't email. Pick up.
I think you've got to work. You got to feel the needs for speed. It's not just but with speed, it's not just doing a bad job. It's doing a quality job, but just using the right tools.
Yeah.
So as you said, David, put your systems in place, put your IT in place, delegate where you can, and just be available for the ABCs.
It sounds incredibly easy, doesn't it? People are probably watching this going, well, that's obvious, isn't it? But you'd be surprised the amount of businesses I see that don't do it.
David, you're all around the country seeing agents all the time. How many people are really doing it? I see, I work with estate agents all around the country, and I work with lawyers all around the country. There's very, very few people doing it. Very, very few. And that's why, if you get it right, F1, look at that. Look at F1. 2.5 seconds as opposed to 60 minutes. Look at Netflix, they destroyed blockbusters.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about, like you say, David, having these systems in place and make sure you're applying them. And then you can feel the need for speed, still do an amazing job, and you get a work-life. And David, you get to go to New York.
Yeah, with you, just the two of us.
Exactly.
Get my speedos. me, yeah. Flipping freezing.
David, we've come to the end of our 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So again, property bants and rants. You know, we're here to help people. We're here to people in property. We want to make your life better. Please share and like this if you're getting something out of it. I know we're gonna help people. We want to help more people. So we'll see you next time.
See you later.